Okay, first a little bit of origin story. In 1493, Europe discovers America. In 1494, to avoid unnecessary wars between two main merchant powers of the time, Spain and Portugal, they sign a treaty dividing their spheres into two. All of America, except a small part of today's Brazil, will go under the Spanish trade sphere, and everything east of it, Africa and Asia, will be under Portugal's jurisdiction. The most valuable thing to be traded were spices, where merchants were even accepting payments in pepper. Back in the 16th century, the Netherlands were ruled by Spain. In 1568, Philip II, wanting to crush Protestant Reformation, caused 7 northern Dutch provinces to rebel and gain their independence 11 years after. The war caused a lot of Protestants to move to these provinces from the south, especially after the siege of Antwerp. These Protestants included a lot of skilled craftsmen, experienced seamen, and wealthy merchants, a combination that will take the trade industry by storm in the following decades. In 1591, the Portuguese established a syndicate between German, Italian, and Spanish firms, using Hamburg as its central port, and excluding the Dutch from this deal. Not taking kindly to being excluded from this lucrative business, the small group of Dutch merchants, learning from the Portuguese, established their own company, named Company of Far Lands. After 3 years of first voyage, 89 out of 249 sailors returned on a ship, carrying only one cargo of pepper. But the ice had been broken, and the Dutch were open for business. Soon other merchants opened their own international trading companies. With more cargo coming in, triggered bidding wars for the spices, and also requiring merchants to lower the prices at home to be able to sell the spices. Profits were at all-time low. Finally, on March 20th, 1602, 6 rival companies emerged into a single entity, United Dutch Chartered East India Company. With the starting capital of over 600 million in today US dollars, granted rights by the Dutch government to build and maintain armies, erect forts overseas, and to make treaties with Asian rulers however they seem fit, the new era in Dutch trade has begun. Shares were sold on the Amsterdam Stock Exchange. The sale of stocks raised capital to be used in making the best ships the world has yet got the chance to see. The company even produced its own currency. There were 2 types of shareholders: general, non-managing population of the company, and a group of 60 directors overseeing company's operations. At the top of the company was a body called the Gentlemen 17, coming from different Dutch cities and serving as a board of directors. They would meet 2 or 3 times a year and vote on matters such as the purchase in Asia. Another thing that came in handy for the Dutch company were low interest rates of 4% on loans, especially compared to English loans of 10%. Soon the first controversy surrounding the company happened, the Santa Catarina incident. The ship of Dutch East Indian Company attacked and stole a cargo from a Portuguese ship, Santa Catarina. The captain of the ship was criticized to be a pirate. Company response was hiring a Dutch lawyer and scholar, Hugo Grotius, as a sort of a PR person. A few months later, another incident occurred, Battle of Changi, where 4 Dutch ships attacked another Portuguese ship and won. Encouraged by 2 somewhat easy wins, on 18th of December 1603, the company formed its first official fleet, with Admiral Steve van der Hagen in charge. It had 13 vessels and 1,200 men. This fleet will be used to fight the Portuguese and Spanish navy because, let's remember back, Netherlands used to be under Spanish control, and Spain liked that arrangement. But they were fighting on and off until 1648. The first areas occupied by the company were lands of Western Java. They established bases in Macau and the Philippines and discovered the continent of Australia. The Indonesian merchants were requesting a rare textile from coast of India, so the company established a few factories in India to speed up the trading. There was also a new spice in town, nutmeg. It was used for everything, from making delicacy to pharmacy, and the profit of it was massive. The company had idea to try to establish monopoly over the trade of nutmeg. To accelerate the growing control over Asian trade, the company created top position inside the company, Governor General, to oversee the expansion of business. The first Governor General was Admiral Peter Bott. As years passed by, the power of the company grew stronger and stronger. They built a headquarters for East Indies in Jakarta. It was a massive fortress with torturing chambers in the basement, usually used for traders and possible traders. They were expanding their trading posts, gaining exclusive access to the Japanese market. They tried similar thing with China, but China was not having it. In Cambodia, the new king disregarded the old arrangements and after some unfortunate events ended up killing ambassador of the company to Cambodia. For a while, they even occupied island of Taiwan. By 1669, the Dutch East India Company was the largest and richest private company to ever exist. It had 50,000 employees with 10,000 mercenaries, 150 merchant ships, and 40 warships. For 100 years, the company reigned over its vast trade empire, but the reign will face a bumpy road in the 18th century. Soon losing exclusive rights to the Japanese market, losing a war to a small kingdom of Travancore set in India, then losing its trade post to the British. The company found itself in a huge debt. Corruption ravaged the finances. Riots in Batavia, their eastern headquarters. Unable to manage the company effectively and profitably, the ownership was passed to the Batavian Republic. On 31st of December 1799, the company's charter, granted almost 200 years before, officially expired. The company that for 200 years got itself involved in a lot of endeavors, from selling tulips to slavery, has officially been defunct. By modern estimates, the company was worth over 7 trillion in today's US dollars, making it the wealthiest company ever to exist.